In the case of Kashmir, Jawaharlal Nehru wanted it to be his baby, and therefore he made a mess of it, like he made most of other things also. Today we have that problem because the instrument of accession was signed. What does the instrument of accession say? The king shall decide. He need not consult the people of his subjects. This is the exact wording. You read the instrument of accession. And once he signs the instrument of accession, it is irreversible. That is also there. And our constitution, Article 1, says that no part of India, once it becomes part of India, can be seceded. That's why we had this great problem on Berubari. So no inch of India, you can add inches to India under Article 1, but you cannot take even an inch away. Nobody has that authority. And this became a part also of Article 370. What does Article 370 say? It says that the provisions, it's called temporary provisions respective of state of Jammu Kashmir. Provisions of Article 238 shall not apply to the state of Jammu Kashmir. That's something that's now gone. 238 is gone. Parliament, the power of Parliament to make laws of the said state shall be limited to matters, etc. Such other matters. And then it says, provision of Article 1 and of this article, namely 370, shall apply to the relations of the state. So Article 1 applies to Kashmir. And therefore, let anybody go on speaking, whether it is Dalit Patkankar or Prashant Bhushan or Arundhati Roy or anybody. Let them go on saying, oh no, we should give Habibullah. All kinds of morons are there in the field. Let them speak. They get money from abroad. So let them enjoy. But there is no legal way by which Kashmir can be separated from India now that the instrument of accession is inside. Now there was this ridiculous Article 370 which was incorporated into our constitution. And a lot of wrong impressions that this article cannot be removed unless there is a 2/3 majority vote in Parliament. But read the article. What does it say? Notwithstanding anything foregoing in the provision of this article, the President may by public notification declare that this article shall cease to be operative or shall be operative only with such exceptions modifications from such date that he may specify, provided the recommendations of the Constituent Assembly of the state shall be necessary before the President issues such a notification. Now there is no Constituent Assembly. So all that you need is the Cabinet passes a resolution, 370 is over, send it to the President and he notifies it. That's the end of 370. There's no need. It's the only article in the Constitution that does not require a parliamentary vote. So if anybody has told you that it requires parliamentary vote, he's bluffed you or he's ignorant. Both are equally bad. But that's what its position is. If tomorrow you have a patriotic government, it takes only 5 minutes to rectify this. Declare 370 out. Now, in addition, you can do many more things. Under the Constitution, you can create magistrates from the central cadre and put it there. That's also permissible under the present Article 370. So the law and order machinery can be yours. You can issue instructions to the state government under 256, Article 256, that take back the Kashmiri Pandits. And 256 carries with it a sting that if they don't obey, then you can put 356, which means presidential rule. and then all that you'll have is government. So legally you have a very tight case, and that is why the declassified documents of the United States of 1950 say that India has an ironclad case. And that ironclad case we made a mess of. Today we have not only 350,000 or 5 lakhs or whatever Kashmiri Hindus being driven out by this announcement. 2 days ultimatum they gave. But we also have POK Hindus about whom nobody talks. That must be more than 1 million in India in 46 camps even today. 9 lakhs, yeah, about 1 million. They are from POK. They can't settle in, POK Muslims can settle in Kashmir. But POK Hindus cannot settle in Kashmir. All this absurdity we put. So what should we do? You can't ask the Kashmiri Pandits to go back, because then there will be no defense for them. So I suggest that we tell Mr. Omar Abdullah that Article 370 was passed so that the religious composition of India is not disturbed. That's what Jawaharlal Nehru said, all the Marwadis will go and take over Kashmir. The Marwadi is already gone. They've got power of attorney and they've got property. Only their name doesn't appear. But this is what Nehru said. So you say that the original idea was that the religious composition of Hindu-Muslim should not be altered by internal migration. But by driving away the Kashmiri Pandit, you have changed the religious composition. So there is nothing which says that there can be only no one-way traffic. The religious composition cannot be changed either by the rest of India or by Kashmir itself. But Kashmir has changed the religious composition by driving away so many Hindus. So we should restore keeping 370, keeping our respect for Article 370, we should implement Article 370 by sending back some Hindus to restore the population ratio. And that I would suggest, since General Jacob is here, although he's not a Hindu, he's a Jew.
I'm a Jindu.
You're a Jindu. And we Hindus are so pro-Jews, there's no problem. But you Hindus are also pro-Parsi, and you don't like that Parsi.
No, that's not right. I had a lot of Parsi girlfriends.
Maniksha was a Parsi. Anyway, he was a great hero. Bangladesh would not have been liberated but for his insubordination. He got an instruction to call it off, but he pretended that he didn't get the instruction.
Read my book.
Otherwise, you would have had another Kashmir in Bangladesh.
That's all lies. Okay.
So, therefore, what I would suggest is that since we have 1 crore ex-servicemen, including agile, able-bodied people like General Jacob, we should appoint him as governor, and we should select out of this 1 crore 10 lakh ex-servicemen who still can fight and who say they want to fight because they are bored sitting at home watching TV. Give them weapons, give them money, tell them take your families and go and settle in Kashmir. The Kashmiri Pandits should give them addresses of where their houses were, which are now occupied by militants. Say, go and occupy those houses. Yeah, so I can begin with your address. Yeah. So, therefore, the solution is there. It can be done. The other day I had gone to the Pakistan embassy for a reception, and I met the Hurriyat spokesman there. He was a Sadaji. Well, the first thing he told me in front of the Pakistan ambassador that please Mr. Swamy give us our azadi. हमारे दिल की ख्वाहिश है कि हमारी आजादी मिल जाए. तो ऐसे वो तो आपका दिल का ख्वाहिश है, मेरा दिल का ख्वाहिश तो दूसरा है. So then he said, but Nehru and Mountbatten promised us that they will give us freedom to decide. So I said, if they promised you, go and ask them. Because as a minister, there was no cabinet decision to go to the UN, no cabinet decision to agree to plebiscite. It was Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, more under the influence of Edwina Mountbatten, for good reason, and therefore it's not binding on me. International law says if the cabinet of a government decides, then it's binding on future governments. But when the cabinet never decided, how can I accept this UN resolution and all this other things? And if Pakistan goes on saying we don't accept accession, then you tell them that even the creation of Pakistan is dependent on the same legislation which incorporated instrument of accession. So if you want to start de novo discussing, let us assume there is no Pakistan and let us start discussing Pakistan also.